Since I was a child, it has always caught my attention how great African American figures are knocked down by the media when they achieve success. It seems that the greater the power and influence, the faster the fall. The media feeds on this, and these figures, which should be examples of overcoming and conquest, end up being vilified. Today, I want to talk about this pattern that I have seen over the years. When an African American reaches a very high level of success, it seems that the media and society find ways to destabilize him. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Tupac, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Kanye West, they all went through it at some point. In this video, I will analyze some iconic examples of African American figures who faced this fate. Let me show how the power and fame of these people were transformed into motives for their overthrow. Let's understand better how and why this happens. Michael Jackson, the first big fall. Michael Jackson is undoubtedly one of the most iconic figures in music history. In the 80s, he was already the king of pop, but it was in the early 90s that his influence reached unprecedented global levels. With the release of his album Dangerous in 1991, Michael consolidated his position as one of the most powerful artists on the planet. His music, style and presence dominated popular culture, and he was revered by people of all ages and races. However, with so much power and influence came the problems. From the 1990s, the first pedophile charges against Michael Jackson began to appear. The media, which had previously put him on a pedestal, quickly turned against him, relentlessly exploiting every detail of the accusations. The public, who once loved him, began to question his morality. These accusations, even without definitive proof at the time, deeply marked his career. From then on, his reputation was never the same. Michael has gone from being a cultural hero to a highly controversial figure. The controversies have tarnished his image forever, and the icon that was once seen as untouchable was now vilified by the media and society. Michael Jordan, the idol who retired. Michael Jordan was undoubtedly the greatest name in basketball in the 90s. Dominating the sport with his unparalleled talent, he has become a global legend and icon. His impact on the sport was so great that it transcended the courts, and Jordan became a symbol of excellence, ambition and success. However, while Jordan was at the top, rumors surfaced that he bet on his own games. The media quickly took advantage of these allegations, questioning their integrity and exploiting this narrative to tarnish their image. In the midst of this, the tragic death of his father in 1993 deeply shook the player, leading him to make an unexpected decision, to move away from basketball and venture into baseball. This combination of personal controversies and losses contributed to his first premature retirement, following a pattern similar to that of Michael Jackson, an African American idol at the height of success, toppled by scandals and media pressure. Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., the case of gangsta rap. In the 90s, Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. became the biggest gangsta rap stars, dominating the musical and cultural scene in the United States. Both were more than just rappers, they were icons of African American culture, symbols of resistance against the system and voices of a marginalized youth. His lyrics, loaded with social criticism and personal experiences, deeply connected millions of young people, mainly African Americans. However, the rivalry between the East and West Coasts, with Tupac representing the West Coast and Biggie the East Coast, began to take on dangerous proportions. The media quickly exploited this tension, amplifying personal disputes and turning them into a narrative of war between the two sides of the country. This sensationalist coverage helped to further inflame tensions in the rap scene. The murders of Tupac in 1996 and Biggie in 1997 were tragic outcomes of this rivalry, and many believe that these deaths were partly a consequence of their power over African American culture and influence on youth. The media, by perpetuating the conflict between them, also had its role in fueling the violence that culminated in their premature deaths. Tiger Woods, the downfall of golf. Tiger Woods revolutionized golf, a sport historically dominated by whites. He broke racial barriers and became one of the world's greatest sports stars. At the height of his career, Woods was not only an undisputed champion, he was a symbol of resilience and an inspiring figure for millions. However, in 2009, his personal life fell apart before the public's eyes when allegations of infidelity and an alleged sex addiction came to light. The media exploited these scandals aggressively, turning Woods from a revered idol into a highly criticized and ridiculed figure. Woods' fall was quick and painful, and although he tried to return to his glory days in golf, his public image was never the same. The case of Tiger Woods is yet another example of how successful African American figures face tough smear campaigns when they reach a level of power that defies society's expectations. A little pause to inform you that this video is sponsored by Plash Shop. Are you ready to elevate your style? At Plash Shop, you'll find variety and exclusivity. T-shirts that combine comfort and style, perfect for any occasion. I just love the t-shirts and the prints are amazing. Visit now the Plash Shop and get 10% off your purchase using the coupon DAME10. Kobe Bryant, the scandal in Colorado. Kobe Bryant, seen as the successor to Michael Jordan, quickly became the rising star of basketball in the early 2000s. With his unquestionable talent and a string of wins with the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe was at the pinnacle of his career. However, in 2003, his career was shaken by a rape charge in Colorado. The media explored the case intensively, bringing to light details of the process and questioning Bryant's morality and ethics. The headlines left no room for his defense, and Kobe's image as a sports hero was tarnished. The scandal put his career at risk, and many fans, sponsors, and the NBA itself were divided on how to deal with the situation. Although he has overcome the accusation and continued to have a successful career, this episode marked a dark phase in his life. Momentarily, his rise to the top was interrupted, and his public image was deeply shaken by the narrative imposed by the media. Kanye West, the controversial genius. Kanye West is one of the most multifaceted and influential artists of today. His rise began in music, where he stood out as a producer and rapper, revolutionizing the musical scene with innovative albums and lyrics that mixed social criticism and personal vulnerability. In addition to his success in music, Kanye has expanded his influence into the fashion world with the brand Yeezy, which redefined streetwear and achieved a huge cultural impact. He has also become a constant presence on television and social media, consolidating himself as a global icon. However, Kanye's creative genius has always been accompanied by controversial statements. His comments, especially those considered anti-Semitic, and his public diagnosis of bipolarity contributed to the media portraying him as an unstable and dangerous figure. These controversies quickly resulted in a smear campaign, leading to the breakup of important contracts such as his partnership with Adidas and his exclusion from many mainstream circles. Kanye West, who was once celebrated for his creativity and innovation, has been cancelled for his controversial actions and opinions. Like other great African American figures, he was subject to a public overthrow process, following the same pattern of decline imposed by the media to those who achieve great power and influence. Jay-Z and LeBron James, the exceptions. Jay-Z and LeBron James stand out as two of the most influential African American figures, Jay-Z in music and LeBron in sport. Both have achieved an immense level of success, accumulating power and wealth throughout their careers. However, unlike other major African American figures mentioned, they have not yet suffered a significant media crash. One possible explanation is that Jay-Z and LeBron made strategic choices or formed alliances that keep them in positions of power without attracting as much negative attention. However, the question remains, how long will they be able to avoid the pattern of overturning imposed on so many other figures? Throughout this video, we saw the pattern of rise and fall of great African American icons. All reached the height of success and then faced scandals that damaged their careers, amplified by the media. This makes us reflect, why does this pattern keep repeating itself? What does this say about society and the way we treat power figures, especially African Americans? History repeats itself, but will LeBron James and Jay-Z escape? Only time will tell.